Hey, Steeler family, welcome to my channel. God, family, country, and Pittsburgh Steelers. And really Pittsburgh sports, but right now, Pittsburgh Steelers. So, what I want to talk about today is our win. I'm happy we're 6-2. What a great game that was. And my favorite part of that game is understanding, or actually, I got like a epiphany, if you will, of what Mike Tomlin has done with our team. If you look at what they've done so far, it looks like we have a lot to be happy about. But it first started with Mike Tomlin, as you guys know, is a defensive guy, right? And what he did was first find the ingredients to make us a better team when it comes to our defense. And that's with different draft picks and different pickups like Minka Fitzpatrick and man, I can go on down the line. J.J. Watt with the draft, or sorry, T.J. Watt with the draft. Also getting man, I can go on down the line. You guys know what we've done. Larry Ogunjobi. We got what else? Of course, Hayward's been there for a while. We got the new draft picks this year with Mr. Wilson. I can go on and on. You guys see that over time we've built a very good foundation when it comes to our defense, and I think that was a plan that Tomlin's been doing for a while, and he finally got to a point where that's a foundation that he can count on. Right now, it looks like the goal for us to see, or I guess for them to pretty much execute, was to start working on the offensive line to help with the running game. Yes, we got Najee Harris before we was able to get all together, but as you see, that was a focal point. So it looks like they wanted to get that running game just right. They got Najee Harris, a very good running back that came out of Alabama. Not only did they get Najee Harris, they got him some help with Jalen Warren. Um, and during that time period, they were still putting together a good offensive line and then trying to make it gel. Even though we had some bad quarterback play, as you can see, they still wanted to get that offensive line together. And the next thing I noticed that we started dealing with is getting better receiver help, tight end help, right? So we start doing we start to notice that Tom is doing like a multi-layered approach to become a team that he envisions that will do well with the scheme he's trying to do. Then, of course, we had different offensive coordinator situations. I'm not even going to mention names, but you guys all know what we had. And I think the one we have now, Mr. Arthur Smith, his scheme fits pretty well. Now, we got offensive coordinator. We got defensive help or defensive foundation. We also have a running back situation taken care of. And believe me, it's not that this stuff is a finished product, but it's a foundation that he's setting for each item. So whenever we would lose somebody or and if we need to gain someone, we would know what template that's going to be part of, that they're going to be part of. So special teams, defense, offensive line, running game, receiver help when it comes to tight ends or receivers themselves, or even the running backs themselves. The quarterback play had to be on point. Justin Fields did a great job. He did what he was supposed to. We all love him. We all really do love this kid, and we love what he did at Ohio State and what he was trying to do in Chicago. However, we really love what Russell Wilson's doing, and we do see a difference because it seems like Russell Wilson is running the playbook or running those plays to the liking of what Mike Tomlin wants to see, pretty much. The efficiency, how those balls are coming out, when they're coming out, and making sure that we have a quarterback that's kind of a technician when it comes to this position. Now, when you look at this Pittsburgh Steelers team in our quarterback situation, we really haven't had, I would say, the best quarterback play since Roethlisberger left. And even before he left, he started to dwindling a little bit. I still think he had a few more years left in him, but it doesn't really matter right now. We have Russell Wilson and we have Justin Fields. And I'm starting to see that Mike Tomlin has a plan to get to the Super Bowl with the players that he has that fits, I would say, that fits his philosophy. And not just his, also with Arthur Smith. And I think we start to see this come to fruition pretty well. Now, even though the Fields played well, I still can see why he made him quarterback one. There's a certain way he plays. And if you guys ever listen to Russell Wilson talk, I'm telling you, he sounds just like Mike Tomlin. You know, if Mike Tomlin was a quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's very similar how they talk. And I don't mean the exact words that they use. It's just that type of focus that they have. It's very similar to each other. So I think that really helps them progress throughout the season. And I also believe that with these games that we played, the 6-2 record we have right now, I definitely believe that this, how can I put it? This is laying the foundation for the harder season to come. There's a lot of things they had to iron out before this bye, and I think that's what they were doing. And with Wilson coming back, showing how well he plays and how well he can make that offense very efficient, is something that's going to be very useful for the rest of the season. So all I can say is just can't wait to see how it rolls. Now I want to get into some other stuff here. So you guys understand the layers. I like layers. In cybersecurity grill, we talk about defensive depth. I think when it comes to Pittsburgh Steelers, it's not defensive depth. I think it's Super Bowl in depth. I think they're trying to get to it in different layers, and I think they're making it work. So, what I want to talk about next, I've already said something about the offensive line and the running back play. I think Najee Harris did great. It was fun seeing him. He looks like he's having fun, y'all, and that's what I love. Because I tell you, whenever he had a bad game in the past, whenever he come up and talk to those reporters, you can tell, man, he was frustrated, just like Pickens was. And I think once these guys start to see the light of what quarterback players like, when they're getting more action, they're happy because their whole goal is to play football, and they're doing it now. So, offensive line, we do not have Zach Frazier at center, but we still had great play when it comes to making holes for that running back, whether it's Najee or Jaylen Warren, and hopefully when Cordell Patterson gets back, he's another player I like. Those three guys together are just fun to watch. The smoothness of Cordell Patterson, the recklessness, I always say, a bouncing ball in a freaking small little path. That's what Najee Harris reminds me of. He has a crazy running style that's very violent. And then like Warren, I don't know what the heck, a little muscle hamster running down the path. They all got their own little characteristics and how they run the ball, and it's fun to watch. Now, besides those items here, I want to talk about the defense. Even though they had a problem with the running game, I don't think that was an issue too much. I think their biggest issue was trying to make it so that was running back or the wide receiver's name. You got Slayton, and then you have the other wide receiver. I forgot his name. Don't really matter. He's number one. Neighbors. I think they were trying to limit the devastation that they can cause, and the focus is always to stop the run, but I think their biggest focus is those two guys and make sure they don't go off. And that's one of the reasons why I think the guy had so many yards against us. But besides that, the game ended with beanie ball. Actually, the game ended with freaking TJ Watt knocking that ball out after Russell Wilson got sacked or got hit and lost the ball. TJ Watt came back around and did the same thing. And all I could do was sit to myself and say, wow. Now, the run from the punt return for Calvin Austin was pretty awesome too. But it seemed like we needed another spark to finish that game off. And we got two. We got TJ Watt doing his deal and getting that sack fumble, and also watching Beanie get that interception. It just seemed like a trifecta type game that we needed, and it worked out pretty well for us. So, man, I love being a Steelers fan. It is so much fun seeing this stuff. I'm sure you guys are having a ball too. Do I got anything else to say? Heck no. Only thing I can say about before I leave, I want to say this. It was fun seeing Russell Wilson go up that field with confidence to the red zone. Now, he played spades. What I mean by that, we had three in the possible. We had three possible touchdowns that got turned back, but it's okay. I like the fact that he knows that he can manipulate that defense and pretty much really manipulate the offense to be able to go against the defense pretty well. And I think I just said a bunch of freaking jumbo words. Basically, it's like this. I see confidence in Russell Wilson when it comes to him going up and down that field. And I love watching it. I can't wait to see how they do when it comes to them planning for the rest of the teams in the offseason, or not the offseason, the bye week. We're going to be going up against Washington. And they got 2 weeks to prepare. I can't wait to see what they do with that 2 weeks. So that's pretty much about it. I hope you guys enjoy this because I love telling you guys about this stuff. And for my coworker, yeah, I got my jersey on. I don't look like a bum anymore. There you go. Baboosh. And that's pretty much about it, guys. Y'all have a good one. God bless y'all, and hope y'all enjoyed this one. And until next time, I'm signing this one off. And see y'all next time. God bless y'all. Have a good one.